So we see this woman who came to meet this dude. She came here to ask for a favor, and depending on the answer he gives, she could free him. And you might ask, how many years is he serving?
888 years. Multiple life sentences.
So he asked her what's the favor she needed. She basically said there was a doctor who created a painkiller called Abner. He disappeared 3 years ago, but now Dr. Skinner has made his return, and it wasn't a happy news.
If you find yourselves unable to feel pain, then you are no different from being dead. This struggle has ultimately destroyed the environment of our planet. So as a scientist, I am forced to come to this conclusion. This is the true nature of the human race. Can we allow this evil to continue?
I don't think so.
Should we, as the human race, be held accountable and face the punishment of our sins?
Yes, sir.
I have no intention of playing God. I estimate in 30 days, the first users of Abner will die.
All of you will die.
But I have the cure. If someone can find me within that 30 days, humanity will survive. Whether we as a race are worth surviving or not is something I leave for all of you to decide.
So she wants his help to find this doctor, but he must have been pretty excited about this news because he pushed this officer, did some legwork, and made sure to take the gun. This man politely told them to open the door, and he was out of there. Before he was done talking with the woman earlier, she said he was good for one thing, and that's breaking out of prison. This dude grabbed his leg, but he simply used the same leg to lift him, and that's 5 days in the hospital. With, yeah, you had no chance. And these guys are so sorry. It is like only one man, and they can't catch him with guns in their hand. Well, they would have caught him if this guy over here used common sense. Don't just push him on the bar, maybe pull him in and restrain him. It was over when Axel remembered that he had a tie. His nose was instantly bleeding. With checks the kick. He actually got in a boxing stance, I thought, because he jumps up and grabs his hair and the fight was over. And that's how he somehow escaped from one of the best prisons in the world. The next time we see Axel, he's already dripped out on a train. And you know this is an advanced world when it comes to technology. So it wasn't long before they spotted him. They started running, but I thought he was running to enter the elevator, but he lead 2 officers out in the process. And this guy is amazed. He has never seen anyone do a backflip before. At least if you bring a gun, make sure to use it. He pretty much escaped from the train station, and this turned into one of those parkour chases you will see in a video game. Until he was stopped. Axel was trying to rage bait him into a close combat, but Douglas wasn't going for none of that, and told him to jump if he wanted to. And he did. I was shocked until I saw what he was aiming for. That was a smart move, while using the drone to break most of his fall and landing on the truck. Yeah, he was pretty smart. That is what I will say if what happened next never happened, because this guy came over to him and was like, damn, I really like your performance. That was amazing. Can I get a picture?
Bruh.
So he woke up in this house, and it turns out these guys were working for the woman earlier. They wanted to capture him before the police could get an hand on him, and they called themselves the Lazarus.
He said it. He said it.
I don't know whether she's still asking for a favor because she put a ring on his wrist, not on his wrist alone, but everybody's wrist. And she says if they try to take it off, it will melt their hands off.
Wow.
Wait, but that sounds familiar though. Anyways, after some reasoning, he decided to cooperate with them in finding this Skinner guy. It didn't take long for them to find their first lead on him. There was a record of Dr. Skinner buying survival shelters from a company 8 years ago. Axel and Chris went to check out the shelters, while Doug and Leonard went to pay a visit to their offices. They could not find anybody in the shelter except for a man who passed out on a chair. He got attacked by some Russian thugs. Axel was able to deal with them, and it's always like he's having fun. These dudes didn't stand a chance. While this was going on, Leonard got held at gunpoint, and Doug was forced to drop his gun and cooperate with them. It turns out this was just a big misunderstanding. They were looking for the owner of the shelter company because he owed them some money. And this guy who passed out on the chair was revealed to not be Skinner. So they basically didn't get any close to finding him. But Elaine did find Dr. Skinner on survival cameras.
Got him.
But there were like 100,000 of him.
What the hell?
Yeah, the surveillance cameras were no longer useful. But that did give them a clue. If Skinner had undergone plastic surgery to change his face, he wouldn't need to mess with the camera. That means he's still out there with the same face. After some digging, we did find out Skinner had a grandmother who lived in Turkey, and Turkey they went to. After trying to blend in, they still got into trouble. He did some legwork and made him take a seat, and I will hate to be this guy. After that, he still planted his feet on the gate. They were running for a while until Leonard got caught. He's always getting caught. Can't blame me though. He's meant to be in school, not fighting for his life. And they were going to take his hand for commission.
Listen! The only reason we came here is to eat some of Grandma Belinda's baklava!
Baklava? Baklava? Belinda? Belinda? Oh.
They realized they should have said that sooner because the same people that were trying to kill them took them to the grandmother. Anyways, the grandmother accepted them into her house. They gave them food and they were pretty much having a nice time. But she said, look, it's been 3 years since she has seen her grandson. And she even showed them a message he sent back then. But Axel was like, this is Skinner. He knows we would have come here. He has to be watching from somewhere. So he just picked up a random object and was like,
I don't want to meet nowhere. Pull up in front of my house. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to pull up in front of my house. Pull up in front of the motherfucking precinct and let's bang out.
If I didn't mention it before, let me explain. Back when the surveillance camera was being messed with, Elaine, the hacker, figured out there must be an elite hacker who is helping Skinner out. So she set up a trap or something. And because of Axel, they got rage-baited and fell for it. Elaine was able to access the hacker's hidden wallet. And before Skinner made his announcement, someone made a deposit into that wallet. Sam Stevenson. So the mission was pretty clear. You just have to go to this guy's club and talk to him without causing any sin.
Oh my God! What is that?
Fast forward to when the girls finally made contact with Sam. I just saw a lot of people glazing the hell out of him as he was making these corny jokes.
Man, you corny!
But the real issue here is the DJ's taste in women. I know what you are. So the girls got done like that Rick Ross song.
She ain't even up.
But Chris wasn't falling for that cheaper trick. She slapped the taste out of his mouth. With check the jaw, sit your ass down. Then she ended it all with a kick to the guts. And I thought we were trying to talk to him, not kill him. Then it was revealed that the hacker was actually the DJ. Axel kicked the gun out of his hand. Douglas grabbed the gun, chopped his neck, sit your ass down, broke his wrist, chopped his neck again, and proceeds to use the gun for his first time. Axel easily took this guy out, but Doug added this guy to the adjustment.
And his name is John C. Bitch.
Chris easily stole the gun. There was no struggle. But she popped him. Who do you think you are, trying to run up on me? Sit down, Joe. Bro didn't try to shoot. He accepted his fate. And I want you to look at this. This guy, he was gonna shoot. But he grabbed her and shot the guy, flipped her over to knock the guy out. Then he ended up with a no-look shot. But it wasn't over. The prime targets were getting away. And this is actually ridiculous. Axel saw that the helicopter was taking off and was like, bet.
Huh?
They were trying to shake him off and it did work. But shout out to Leonard for the conveniently placed drone, I guessed. And there was a gun on that drone. So he shot the blade grip and they crashed into the water. Axel didn't waste any time interrogating them. And it's safe to say the DJ or hacker had no connection with Skinner at all. But the hacker knew Abner was dangerous because of a result he stole from a company named Delta Medicinal. So again, we all know what we are going to do. We have to pay them a visit. But the security was so tight, the only way they could enter was the front door. And that's what Axel did with no fear or hesitation. But we all know it's not going to be that easy. When he opened the elevator, they walked in with him. And I don't know what type of timing this guard is on. Bro was thinking different, gripping the face like that to restrain him. There are other ways to restrain him, my guy.
You's a freaky ass nigga.
That's a easy block. Weave. Now, anyone in this position would have been restrained or would have lost the fight already. What could possibly go wrong? Barely blocks the bat, managed to escape from an armlock and lead this theory out. You better hope your colleagues don't remember a thing after this fight, because you will not be able to leave this down. It got you in an upside down position with your tummy exposed. Dodge the double and caught the third kick. Proceeds to strangle him with his own thigh. I will never understand why you are smiling in this situation. Seeing someone getting choked is someone making you happy.
You's a freaky ass nigga.
But you didn't do any better. Take a seat. And what are you trying to do? Take a bite. Let go of me.
Damn it, bitch, I said let go!
Okay, she managed to get him in a headlock. But the thing with Axel, he will always grab the thigh if you have one. And watch your teammates commit friendly fire. Push them to the wall, block the bat, whiff, take a seat, drop the neck, grab the collar, and yeah, this is about to pain you. And he added him to the adjustment. He's trying to rival Captain American elevator scene, but it's not even close. But fast forward, Axel met the boss of the hospital, and surprise, surprise, the boss doesn't know where Skinner is. Nobody is more desperate to find Skinner than him. The result they saw earlier were the test of the drugs on monkeys. Axel must have been tired of this merry-go-rounding plot, because he stood up and said, "Let's lure the devil out." If he is the devil, that makes us the angel that is going to kick his ass back to hell.